Hello and welcome back to Ars Nouveau. As you can see, we've got ourselves a beacon. We have speed 2 throughout our base here. It's nice to be able to run around quickly. It's a kind of large base. It takes a while running back and forth, especially this hallway here. So it's good to have that going. And first thing I noticed today is someone dropped off a box called Botania Stuff. It's kind of cool. It's a framed sign with, I'm guessing, mana glass, but it looks kind of cool. Let's see what's in it. Lots of cool stuff. Pinkinator, so we can make a pink wither. Cool. A lot of mana. Terra Steel ingots. Perfect. Ooh, and some Gaia stuff. Okay. Yeah, it's not what we're working on today, but this is really awesome. I'm not sure who dropped this off, but whoever it was, thank you. Yeah, thank you. That'll be very helpful, especially as we get a little bit more of the kind of more end game stuff for that. The Gaia spirits here are very useful for a lot of that stuff. I think I'm probably going to similarly avoid using the Flugel Tiara. I like having the flight rituals around my base here, and then for travel elsewhere, I've got this nice little remote control, which can give us an Elytra. So, yeah. Trying to avoid the creative flight. I might end up using it anyway later, just for it's pretty useful. So, yeah. Anyway, what I want to work on today, though, actually, is something completely different. First off, let's walk over here to our villagers. And one of the problems here is they're villagers. Villages are expensive. So the problem is, if I were to run a profile here, it will say that each of these guys is using around about 100 microseconds per tick, which doesn't sound like much, but that's 0.01 milliseconds per tick. So they kind of add up pretty quickly. So like if I have 10 of those, that's an extra 1 onto the mean tick time here. And if that hits 50, then we start dropping our TPS. So in order to kind of avoid hurting the server too much, I'm thinking what we're going to do is move these guys elsewhere. I don't know where. Don't really have a plan for that yet, but I'm thinking we kind of had mentioned a while back that we've got a plan for the university for applied wizardry. I claimed this whole area here just to kind of keep it as part of the claim for the university here. At some point we'll probably set up a different team for that maybe, but for now I want to have that whole area blocked off. So I think what we're going to do is just move our villagers there. Congratulations, you are all students now. Or maybe faculty, not really sure. Either way, I want to move these guys out of my base. I like having them here. It's nice because I can access my inventory and trade stuff with them, but like I said, they're near my base, and so I'd rather not have them loaded all the time, just to make it a little bit easier on the server. And for those of you wondering, yes, those 3 villagers inside the portal area there for the iron farm, they're staying, because I need iron. And since I'm currently alone on the server, it means I can fly nicely, and ideally not make it difficult for other people. TPS during traveling is, it takes a hit. But we are over here at the area for the university. So for right now, since we don't actually really have a design or architecture style or really anything planned out for this area, what I'm going to do for the villagers is I'm just going to kind of punch a hole into this wall here and just make a little area. Doesn't need to be anything fancy, it's just going to be a hallway where I can block my villagers in, just to keep them safe because zombies are a thing. So let's kind of go, I think like that, and let's turn you into a touch. I'm looking for break. Touch, break, AoE, AoE to get a 3x3 hallway. You know, let's go to a 5x5 hallway. And let's add a couple piers to that. That's going to be a 5x4 chunk. That's probably good. And let's do I want Silk Touch? I don't really need Silk Touch. Pick up, just make our life a little bit easier. Okay, so if I go, let's break up 1, and let's go boom. That gets us a 4x5x5. Cool. Let's go ahead and if I do that, that's going to be 8 wide. I don't really need 8 wide. No, we're just going to do it. It's off-centered. That's okay. Let's give ourselves night vision here and just break out an area. Doesn't need to be too fancy. It's just for villagers. Cool. All right, that's probably enough. And how much space do I have over here? I've got 3 blocks, that should be good. So let's switch back to regular. And each of these guys, we're going to run out of light shortly here. There we go. Should be good. And quick little hole in the wall. Okay. It's not fancy. It's just going to be lots of little 2x2 areas here. I wanted that here. Thank you. And just blocked in by their regular item. So I don't need to worry about baby zombies because I'm going to just close off this thing with an iron door and a button. That way players can get in just fine, but zombies cannot. If I use a wood door, then of course, zombies will break that down eventually. But ideally this area won't be loaded anyway, so it shouldn't matter too much. Okay. I don't remember how many villagers I have, but this, I think here, that's probably enough. And of course, everyone knows that villagers are a pain to move around, which is why we have ourselves a couple warp scrolls. I had to come back to base here in order to grab them because my base wasn't loaded, so storage accessor didn't work. But let's head back. Let's try not to smash our face into a wall. Let's fly back over to the university area, mark ourselves a scroll. And what I should have done is marked 2 scrolls, actually. Marked 1 for at base. Am I upside down? Why am I upside down? Okay, look normal like that. Okay. Anyway, we're going to go over here, set ourselves a warp scroll for that area that I just carved out, which is right down here. And we're just going to blink everyone over, because that, I think, will be pretty easy. Let's go ahead and close this off. And you are loaded. Okay, it's loaded now. Whatever. Let's grab a little bit of dirt and just kind of patch up this hole. Cool. Now, everything is light enough in here that there shouldn't be a problem. This is going to bug me if I don't fix this. There we go. Set our warp and start moving villagers. So we're just going to kind of teleport you guys right there. That works. Cool. Let's do, I can do /home. That'll get me home. Yeah, we have slash commands on the server, so I can do that pretty easily. And let's go ahead. I need this in my offhand. And let's set our new spell. So we're going to go with projectile because I think otherwise they're going to think that I'm trading with them. And unfortunately for you guys, I am not trading with you. I am blinking you to a hole. Cool. Alright, so yeah, I think we're good. Bye-bye. Cool. Wasn't too hard. Well, sounds like it worked. Let's hop on inside here. Close that up again. And we have ourselves all of our villagers. Cool. Now, we're going to have to actually, sort these guys out again, but compost can go there. I don't think I actually have a Fletcher at the moment, but whatever, that works. Blast furnace, let's do these guys near each other. Smithing table, brewing stands. That's not your hole. Go find yours. And lectern. Okay. Now it's just a matter of picking them up and plopping them back in. So let's go ahead and grab our soul gem. In fact, I could do this with just carry on. That'll work too. But let's see. You are a mason. You go over here. Cool. Alright, well, I'm going to sort some villagers. Okay, well, my memory's terrible. I can't actually remember which of these guys go to which of these tables. Like, the armor, do you go to the smithing table? Do you go to the blast furnace? I don't know, and quite frankly, you guys are going to be sitting in this hole for a while, so figure it out. Okay, so now that the villagers are gone, you can stay here for a little bit. I'm going to move you over as well, but for now, you're just going to stay here, because I want to set up a little area that you won't get killed by an iron golem, so you can just stay there. Golems down here, they're going to stay. That's going to stay there. I do want to decorate the walls more, because that's just, plain stone, but that's not what we're working on. Right now, can I eat some? Need to get rid of that. Right now, what we're going to do is, since this area is now available, I'm going to turn this into a potion making area, specifically a potion assembly line. So the other day we got ourselves a handful of Wixies. We've got 10 shards and then 4 charms. We can automate potion crafting, and the reason that I want to work on that is if I look up potion, I have a couple of these things here. These are enchanted flasks and regular potion flasks. So the thing with vanilla potions is they're terrible. You can only have 1 per slot, and really it's sort of like, oh, I'm going to have a water breathing potion. not water breathing, night vision, and speed, where it's actually going to be useful and you can get around underwater. No, you get just water breathing, or just regeneration, or just any one. Not so with Ars Nouveau. So we have a few things, which are the potion jars, which store things, and we have potion melders. What these do is, can I look at the recipe here? Nope, give me the wrong page. Where'd you go? Right here. Okay, so it won't show me uses on that. That's fine. What you can do is it will take a dose of water breathing and a dose of regeneration and turn it into a water breathing and regeneration potion. So you end up losing doses because it takes one of each. Actually, I think it takes 3 of each now that I think about it. But basically, you could set up a assembly line here so that you have one potion that does everything. Gives you regen, gives you speed, gives you resistance, gives you regeneration, everything. So that's kind of what I want to do today. That seems like a fun thing. I haven't actually really worked with these potions yet, and I want to. So potion flasks, what are they? How do we get them? What can we do with them? If I hit recipe on here, we can see it's a pretty simple recipe, just abjuration essence, which we now have at least a stack of, source gem blocks, which we've got infinite of, and gold, which we can get from Zachrys's gold farm. Gets us potion flask. This holds 8 charges of a potion, so you can drink your mega potion 8 times. But there's also another thing down here. If I look at this, there's also enchanted potion flask for extend time, which gives us bonus time for that, as well as amplify. So you can pick one or the other. Amplify will reduce their duration, of course, but allows you to get things like regeneration 3. You notice it only goes to 2 here. Yeah, you can get regen 3, because why not? So I've got myself a extend time potion here. Right now it just has mana regeneration on it, and that's because I have a bunch of mana regen. I've made it myself a potion jar, which is pretty easy to make. It's just I think it's just a potion and a jar, like a source jar. Yeah, pretty cheap. They can hold 100 doses of a potion, which is pretty cool. So it's 14% full because I had a whole bunch of mana regen potions, which I just dumped into it. So we're going to do that. We're going to make a bunch of those, and I think I'm going to go with the extend time instead of the amplify, because my thought is I would like a potion where I can just drink it whenever and be able to run super fast. So I've got the speed beacon effect right now. I also have, you can see I have the belt on, the Sojourner's Sash, because it's pretty quick to make. But I want to be able to do that wherever I am. Having speed around the base is really nice. There's also things, I think there's a thing like a haste potion, isn't there? There isn't in vanilla, but there is in Goblin Traders. Okay, can I make you? Potion of haste. How do I make it? Pour potion of haste. Okay, so I can't make it. That's too bad, but I think I can actually, I've got a whole bunch of goblins here. One of you guys might have it. Do you have a potion? Potion of luck. What about you? No potions. Do only these guys have them? There, potion of haste, only 25 emeralds. That's fine. What about you? Another potion of luck, and a potion of 15-minute water breathing. That seems longer than normal. Okay, so there's lots of things we can do. And also, one of the things that we will need is our crops over here. So I've been growing for a while now just kind of wheat and carrots, because carrots I've been using for breeding things, the villagers and the rabbits in particular. Wheat because I need that for making berry rolls. And then I also have source berries over there, and I got myself some netherwort that's growing. Now these guys are currently not harvesting it because I turned them off, and the reason for that is because it was full. So we've got ourselves plenty of everything that we need. The next thing we need to do is figure out what else we want to grow and what else we want to add to our potions. And checking on our squirrels, it looks like all of these are now full with at least 1 stack. So I'm going to take you out. I'm just going to put you there. Squirrel should come along here, grab the essence, put it in, and we should be working on getting our second row here. I didn't want to have it just mass produce an entire chest full because, 1, I don't need it. 2 is I wanted to be able to kind of limit what all I'm making here. So abjuration essence, for instance, I'm actually going to take a few more out of these because I want a fair number of that. That's used for all this potion stuff, so that's somewhere we can start. Source gems are looking good, and Golem is keeping up perfect. So yeah, I added another row up top there, and as you can see, he is easily keeping up. We can build with amethyst, we can build with source gems, and that's just going to keep producing forever. None of this is using any source, any power whatsoever. It just works. Okay, so the potion melter, sorry. This converts 3 doses of a potion from 2 adjacent potion jars and outputs to a single dose of a mixed potion in the potion jar beneath it. It requires source. So I'm going to make a few of these things, and I'm going to kind of map out how we want to design this whole area. Alright, so while those are crafting up, let's kind of map out what this is going to look like. Our output potion jar is going to be underneath. The melter is going to go on top of it, and it will pull from ones on either side of it. I guess it just says adjacent, so they could be on the back as well. It doesn't have to be across from each other. But that's kind of the general setup here. And then that will output into the bottom one. So if we wanted that to go 2 times without having to pipe things around, because I don't think we actually have the ability to pipe things, we might be able to use an interact bookworm? I'm not really sure. So I'm going to try to do this all in one big block of things, and we'll see how that works out. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But we're going to have, ultimately, a potion. Mega Potion is going to be on the bottom. It's going to have a melter on top of it, and I think if we go to the sides like that, we're just going to branch up from there. So for now I'm going to have a stand-in of these blocks of gold, and we'll just work with that. So let's put one there, and potion jars here and here. Similarly on this side. There we go. So this would combine 4 potions into 1 potion with 4 effects, eventually. And I think if we just go up 1 more row from that, so if I put melter here and here, here and here, so that's now 6 more melters we'll need. This can take potions here and here, and this one, we'll put them on this side. I don't want them to be in between there because I don't want it to get pulled into that one. But it'll look something like that. So that will then combine all 8 of those potions into 1 mega potion of 8 things. Now we need to figure out which 8 potions we want, as well as if we want to go 16, which I kind of don't want to. So we're going to stick with 8 for now and see what we can come up with. Quick tangent here, another fox happened to spawn nearby. I put him in the hole with this one, so I'm going to breed these guys up. There we go. If you guys can make a baby that is tamed, so I guess the way foxes work is only the baby will be tamed. So, cool, now we have foxes. Awesome. Anyway, so back to what we were doing. We've got ourselves this big block of things here. Now, Zachris had done some testing previously, and he says that he was only able to get it to work if they were placed like this, opposite each other, which means we can only get 4 to actually fit in here without doing things like breaking and replacing our jars, which we might have to do anyway. For now, we'll see. I want to do a quick test, and that is, I've got a couple jars, I've got a mana regen 2, let's put this jar here, empty jar, and potion melter on top. And no, let's actually do this over here, because I know I've got source nearby. Let's just do it right here. I think this will work. So, potion with mana regen, no, empty potion. Right here. Melter on top. Mana regen on this side. And I'm going to place this one here. This is water breathing, so this isn't like a very useful potion, but the only other potion that I had right now is water breathing. So we're going to add 3 doses to this. Zachris, it seems to be working. It seems to be working. And then I can scoop that out because there's only 1 dose in there. We have ourselves a potion of water breathing with water breathing and mana regen. So it looks like it does work. Cool. And now is the most difficult part, and that is, of course, deciding what do we actually want. So I think mana regen, obviously that's something we want, so yes. I suppose I should get some signs here. Let's see. Sign. Let's grab ourselves some spruce signs and spruce up the place. Now let's make some lists here. So we want mana regen 2, ideally. Let's see. We will probably want some speed. Night vision I can get from a spell, so I don't need that. Let's see. Fire resist might be useful, because that will completely negate any fire damage, so that'll be handy. Let's see, what else do we want? Okay, so far I have 5. So there's mana regen, speed, fire resistance, strength, and spell damage. And then other options that we have is, let's go to potion. So the goblin traders have a couple things that we can't normally get. So these are all fine, they're just extra levels, so like speed 3, which could be cool, but we're probably fine. This also gives us the opportunity though to add absorption. So that's interesting, I just need to find a goblin who can do it, as well as that can trade me enough that I can keep up. Let's see, Dolphin's Grace. Be interesting. Speed while swimming. I think I'm not gonna do that one. Night vision I don't need. I saw one, where was it? Is it down here? Resilience. This is from Quark, so it costs a crab, I think, and gives knockback resistance. So that's an interesting idea. Which also made me wondering whether or not we can add things like Botania. So if I go to Botania, we have the various brews in here. I think that they work on a different system, so I don't think I can take it from their potion flask and dump it into a potion jar, but I intend to find that out. So Absorption 4 could be pretty handy. Some of these are even more interesting. Feather Feet, which I think is speed. I'm not sure. It has a definition thing that shows what all these are. But those are some options potentially as well. Speed, strength, these are just the regular ones. That's an idea, we can look at that. And I also was thinking about this, and I think this is probably not the ideal way to do this actually. Because to think about it, this potion is going to need to have 3 of these. So 3 of these is going to need 3 of these. We're now up to, what is that? 9. And 3 of those, 27. So it's going to be 27 doses of every single thing just for a single dose down here. Or what I can do is I can find whatever's the cheapest to craft, have that one be the very beginning. And so that'll be then, instead of having it be all even here, just go off in one direction here. And what I think will end up happening then is whatever this last one is, to add just a single dose down here to the very bottom, it'll have, say we're going to craft like water breathing or whatever. I only need to have 3 doses of water breathing for one of these. But it will need 6 of the one before it, or 9 rather. So I think it'll be easier that way. It just depends on what we can craft easier and faster. For instance, the spell damage is basically just, I keep thinking that's the Mage Bloom. Spell damage is just Mage Bloom. So that's pretty easy. We can automate farming that. In fact, I already have it automated over there with the bookworms. So that's easy. The mana regen, that's just a berry, and we've got literally thousands of berries. So those are going to be pretty easy to craft, and I need to figure out what I want to do. And just checking the math here, I think this is going to be a worse idea. So I think that original lineup is going to be better, because right now it's going to take 3 of this one, 9 of this one, 27 of this one, and it's just going to multiply by 3 each one of those going up. So that means I'm going to have 4 here that are doing more than this one. So basically, instead of having to do 27 of each of them to make one, I'm going to have 27 of this one, and then more and more and more and more and more. Basically, the math isn't going to work in my favor. So I think I'm going to go back to that original design, where it's kind of a big upside down pyramid, and still try to figure out what all we want. I'm not sure if there's anything else I need to add to this at the moment. Mana regen, speed, fire resistance, strength, and spell damage. It seems like it could be a pretty useful thing. Regen can be useful, regular health regen, but on the other hand, I can also just kind of quickly punch this on the ground, or I don't even have to face the ground, I can just punch and it'll give me instant health. That'll fully heal me. It also gives me that night vision and, just night vision, sorry. The speed and the flight are from everything around here. So, I don't know if I really need regen. I mean, it'll be kind of nice because I won't have to worry about it as much, but I don't know. On the other hand, regen is also a gas tier, and I don't plan on setting up a Drigme with gas around here, so gas tiers are going to be kind of a manual farm, or build a giant automated farm. Yeah, I'm thinking no. And in the interest of science, I made myself a botanical brewery. It's pretty simple, the recipe. It's just basically living rock and a mana rune. Let's go ahead and make ourselves a resistance 2 potion. I want to see if this is actually compatible. I don't think it is, But like I said, interest of science here. So let's make ourselves a file. I guess we have 3 of them. We need nether wart. We need leather, which I have plenty of, and we need an iron ingot. So one of those. Okay, so let's clear that. You, and you. I don't remember if I placed the bottle first and then leather, ingot, nether wart. Nothing happens. Yes, I believe this needs a spark. Do you not take a spark? Do I have to actually use a spreader on that? That's okay, whatever. Let's make a quick spreader. And a spreader. Thank you. You can go, let's move you. You can go over here. Let's move you. You can go here. Let's bump you up to, I think I had it set for 12. 13. Whatever, that works. You still have plenty of, yeah, you're full, okay. Right, I needed the spreader. It's gonna go right here. Let's pop that there, and or one of the forest. Link you to you. Okay. Like I said, I don't think this is going to work, but I do want to find out. Empty potion. Pop you there, and we have ourselves a vial of fortitude. Let's see if it works. No, it does not. Okay, well, doesn't work. So while we are thinking of what we want to add to our potion mix here, it's worth looking at, if I look at the recipes involving a water bottle, we can look at things that are able to be crafted without having to first turn it into an awkward potion. Those are strength, 3 minutes of strength from a Wilden Horn, 8 minutes of water breathing from a Wilden Spike, and we can also get jump boost from a Wilden Wing. So these are just from a water bottle and the item itself straight into potion of leaping in this case. So those ones we don't need to first get the awkward potion with the netherwort. I'm looking that way because the farm's over there. The rest of them are going to need netherwort first to make awkward potion, which means we're going to have probably a second floor up here of Wixies that they'll be working along trying to fill things up. So I'm going to have one that'll be crafting awkward potions, and that's actually going to be quite a bit of planning to figure out how to do that, because again, I think that they might have to be in line with each other. So if I go to documentation here, automation, and let's go find Wixies, Wixie charm, automatic craft items, blah 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 blah. Yes, we know that. Item crafting, potion crafting. Wixies will autocraft potions using nearby, not adjacent, okay, potion jars and items. I don't know. Wixie will output 3 doses of a potion to a nearby potion jar, again nearby, so that's good, when complete. Okay, so to begin, place down an empty potion jar, right click the cauldron with the awkward potion, supply netherwort from nearby chest. When using multiple Wixies, you may want to lock a jar, so we are planning on doing that. Only output potion to jars that contain the same potion, or an unlocked empty potion. Okay, so I think that means we have a bit of range. Now, I know that Wixies are able to pull from, I want to say 6 blocks away for crafting, so they can pull from the chest that's that far away. I don't know how far they can pull from potion jars or push to potion jars for that matter. So I think what I'm going to do is let's get some calcite. That's what I'm building everything with. Yes, I can remember words. Let's grab just a bunch of the bricks for now. You know what? We're going to do this temporary out of this calcite. So let's go ahead and make ourselves a floor to stand on. I think I'll do it up there. And just like that. Do I have enough? Perfect. Okay. So up here on this floor, we need to lay out where our Wixies are going to go. Let's take a quick stock of what all we need. So we have ourselves Mana Regen 2 potion. So I'm going to go ahead and drink this. It said 3 minutes on the label. It gives us 4.5 minutes. The reason for that is it's a 50% duration here, but I also have, with Corel Tombstone, I've got Alchemist here. So I have a couple in Disenchanter so I can pull enchantments off of things. I don't really need too much more of that, so I'm going to leave that for that. Add a few Bone Collectors so I can get special drops from Undead. That helps me with the Wither Farm and stuff like that. Ghostly Shape, I don't know why I spent things in here I shouldn't have. But I'm planning on spending the rest of my points that I get, however many I get, in Alchemist to extend the potion duration, just to kind of see how high I can get this to actually go. That was 3 minutes, and it was for 4.5, so not too bad. But that's with Mana Regen 3, or Mana Regen 2. So that down there, can't read it, but it says Source Berry. So we need Awkward Potion. Awkward Potion then turns into a Mana Regen 1, and then Mana Regen 1 turns into a Mana Regen 2. So we're going to need at least 3 cauldrons for this, but this first one here is going to be for Awkward Potions, so we might be able to get away with that. Mark that. Yeah, you can mark the gunpowder. I'm guessing it's probably flammable. I don't know. Anyway, we've got 3 for the Mana Regen. So let's see, next up is Speed, and let's take a look at that. Speed. That's going to be annoying. Okay, so Potion of Swiftness. Let's look up Swiftness instead. Okay, so Speed 2 is going to be 1:30. Speed 1 is going to be 8 minutes, or 3 minutes for the base. If I go with just the base 3 minute, then that stays the same as the whatever it's called, Mana Regen. That might actually, it might be worth putting them all the same length. I don't know that it really matters. Can I get a Speed 2 of 3 minutes? No, okay. So it follows the same, just vanilla. These are all vanilla potions here, but then I also have a couple extra by Goblin Traders, but none of them seem to give me what I was wanting of a Speed 2 with that. So Speed 1, are you even worthwhile? Because I'm running around right now with Speed 2 for my beacon, which is this fast for walking, and this fast if I'm running. Can't jump it. Okay. Speed 1, it's going to be less than my beacon, but this is going to be mostly for when I'm out and about, not at my base. So we'll do Speed 1 for now. So that needs an Awkward and then a Speed potion. Okay, next up. Fire Resistance. It's Magma Cream. Let's take a look at that. Fire Resistance. You are going to be 3 minutes for the baseline as well, 8 minutes for that one. You know what? We might have to do the 8-minute one. Not sure. Fire Res. That's just Magma Cream and Awkward. So that's just 1 for now. Strength, same story. I'm guessing this one might be shorter. Strength. I can spell. Baseline is 3 minutes. Okay, so far, just using baseline for each of those. And spell damage, that's a mana. So damage, that's not going to work. Spell. There we go. Spell damage 2 is 3 minutes. Spell damage, 3 minutes. Spell damage 8 minutes. Spell damage 2, 3 minutes. Okay. Yeah, let's do 3. Okay. So far that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Wixies, which we've got enough for that. Plus a few more if I want to bump up the strength, which I probably do. Strength. A strength 2 is 1:30. Okay. We'll do strength 1. So assuming these guys are able to pull from the same distance that they can pull items, I think actually this kind of arrangement here is going to be ideal. I'm going to rotate it and move it around this hole in the center, and I think that'll work. So let's go ahead and grab all these, 2, 3. So basically it's just I need 1 for each of them except for the 2 mana, and the spell damage. So let's grab some blocks here. In the very center, you are going to be a Wixie. In fact, we can actually just start this working here. Wixie. I only have 4 charms. Okay, whatever. You can go here. You're going to be making the Awkward Potions. So that's going to be running on Netherwort. You can also use, let's look for Awkward. There's 2 recipes for this. I can use either Netherwort or Abjuration Essence. The cool thing with Abjuration Essence is you don't need the Nether for this, which means you can get potion brewing before you even get to the Nether. But Netherwort's easier to get. It's a lot faster. I only have a couple stacks of Abjuration, whereas I've got a half chest full of Netherwort. So, yeah, you're going to be making Awkward Potions. And I think... Actually, you know what? Sorry, Wixie. You need to be here instead. Thanks. Right here in the middle is going to be our potion jar. So you will be awkward potions. And let's get some more netherwort here. I'll do that later. So this middle one is going to be making awkward potions. That's your job. You're very awkward. Thank you. Next up is going to be, let's do strength there. Speed. And I think I'll do the like the spell damage. This isn't even, is it? No, it is. Why? Oh, because I made that one there. So that side's going to be spell damage, this side will be mana regen, and for now that gives us our 5 potions that we need. If we can think of any more that are easy enough to make, like regen I could do, but I need a ghast farm for that, or drigmies. What was the other? There's a couple others I could do that will require a drigme or a farm for them. So for now, I'm just going to stick with these 5 potions, and we'll see if we like that. Speaking of, let's fly down here. You are going to be right there. So this one is going to be, because it's the easiest, what I'm going to do is have the spell regen, or the mana regen, and the spell damage on that one. I think that'll work. And I might move this thing around, but for now I think that's kind of the idea. I don't think these guys can reach as far down as that, but we might have to lift the bottom up a few layers so we can walk around it. I think we'll see how it works. So to start us off, I'm going to put just a couple of these source jars nearby. These guys will all fill up. They're all happy. Interesting, it takes a certain amount. Okay. And then next up, what we need is some storage for items. So let's get a chest. Can get a couple of these. I'm not sure how many I want yet. For now, though, I think this will work. I'm just going to put this in the middle, I think. Yeah. Next up, we need a awkward potion. So it occurs to me that we actually need a regular brewing stand. This literally just came into my head. We actually need a regular brewing stand first, because in order to get them to craft this potion, you need a potion. So yeah, let's go over here. Let's get we'll do 3. Might as well do 3. Right, regular glass bottle won't work. Let's get some water. Break you. You need to be a touch create water. Thank you. And let's fill up our bottles. So 1, 2, 3. Let's go over here. Okay, so first up, water goes in. We need some blaze powder. And I don't have any yet, of course. Let's get a couple. I shouldn't need too many. And start us off. So get ourselves some netherwort. And we can start crafting an awkward potion. Once that's done, I can set you to start filling up that potion jar with awkward potions. Okay, so we've got ourselves some awkward potions. Now, you would like to make these, that's fine. We're going to put one in here, and we're going to lock it. We're going to lock it. Probably shift right click. There we go, locked. Okay. Awkward potion. Thank you. And you get that. Awesome. Let's go ahead and grab a stack of wort. 1 should be fine for now. Put you in here. She's going to go ahead and take that. Not sure how many you want to take. What you doing? Oh, are you filling up that one? Why are you filling up that one? Okay, well, I'm gonna break all these. The good news is she can reach that far. Bad news is I want her to fill up the one up top. Did that potion jar get in here? Let's avoid touching those because that will hurt. Okay, so are you working now? Yes, awkward potion, 16% full. Good, okay. You're going to fill that up, and what I'm going to do actually is over here, I'm going to put the one that she'd started filling. This one here. Okay, thank you. And I want you to use this one. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves some berries. Stack of berries sounds good. However, before we can do that, awkward potion, source berry. I'm just gonna do one in here for now. I don't need, we're gonna do two. Yeah, we're gonna do two of these because I need one for the Wixie and one for the jar. So I think that'll work. So apparently they have quite the reach. I'd started trying to work out the next section of potions here, and she started filling them up with aqua potion. So that's awkward. Anyway, you are set to create potions mana regen. Let's go ahead and put a couple berries in here. I'm not going to do as many because, well, they're little, what's the word? They're helpful. Yeah, that's the word. You're going to go ahead, you can fly back and forth. So you're quite happily not falling to your death during that, so that is handy. Mana regen. Cool, so that works. So it's a little slower because she has to fly back and forth apparently. Is that an issue that I care about? I don't know if it is. Or actually what I can do is, are you taking from this one? You're not, you really need to be. Let's take all that out of there. Thank you. I want her to pull from this jar to drain it, because my inventory is getting full of aqua potions. Oh good, she is. Okay, so that's down to 6%. That's going to fill up this here. And then your job is to create mana regen 2. So mana regen 2, I've got one down below there, which is now locked. Okay. And I just need an actual potion with that, which I don't have one. This potion can go into here, which gives me an empty bottle. This is kind of difficult to manage because everything, nothing stacks. So you need that. Okay. So one thing to note is since it's going to be level 2, it needs gunpowder. Or not gunpowder, that's for splash, sorry. It needs glowstone. So, right now I've got these two on the sides, and I'm thinking I actually want to maybe move them closer together. Maybe I'll put them in the center, maybe? I might move things around. For now, I want to get at least one potion jar of each of these that's locked. That way I can start building down below without someone filling everything up with aqua potions. And next up is our spell damage, and I decided that I'm going to get all of these started so I can get a locked jar for each of these, and then I'm going to move them all around. Because for now it's going to be kind of an issue trying to get it to, I can't place things down there already because they're going to just start filling them up. For instance, someone here. So right now I've got the spell damage going. This, I can put it back in here now, and let's get ourselves a glowstone. Go and grab a stack of that. One glowstone in, and I can have that for the spell damage too. And just to ensure that the Wixies over there don't get carried away, I'm setting the potion over here. So now it's a jar of potion of damage 2, spell damage 2, there we go. And you can go down here. Let's go ahead and grab a block. There, and right there. So now that is set for spell damage 2, let's get our wand, lock you. Everything is locked. And you should be able to start pulling from there if I put a glowstone in here. So let's do one glowstone and make sure that'll work. Right, it won't because I need to actually set that. Spell damage 2. There. Now you can work. No, because the one over there wanted it instead. Okay, so let's put another glowstone in. We'll put 2 in, that way you're both able to get it. Thank you. Okay. Goes over here. You should be within range of that jar though. Yes, okay. So that is now filling down here. We've got 4% in there. Let's go ahead and put the rest of these potions in. Thank you. And next up, let's do strength. Okay, you get a strength potion. I put the potion down there, the jar rather. Let's set you locked, okay. And let's go ahead and put a couple blaze powder in here. Why are you going way over there? Drew some of the aqua potion out, and that has 1%, 4%. There we go. Cool. So let's go ahead and dump the rest of these potions in. Thank you. And let's see, speed. Alright, locked potion of swiftness down there. Let's go ahead, grab one of these. That is now your responsibility. Right click. Right click, not shift right click. Let's throw a couple sugar in there. You know, you were supposed to be doing strength. Sorry about that. I need new Wixie. So Wixie here, cauldron, and you on there. Let's go ahead and grab our strength again. Thank you. You actually need to be making potion of strength. Thank you. You get to make our potion of swiftness. Cool. And of course there's no more sugar in there, is there? Sugar. Grab one. And my plan is, by the way, that this is not going to be hooked up to my storage system. Because if it's hooked up to like a wormhole, then it's probably going to kill TPS on the server. That tends to happen with things that are pulling from those wormholes. So it's going to be just a manual. Come over here, throw a stack of everything in, and see what I get. So that is now working. There's 7% full. Perfect. You are at 8%. Let's go ahead, put these away. You go in there, you go in there, you go in there as well. And just to be sure that this is still working, 2 more blaze powder out, pop you in there, and make sure that you're still working. Yeah, it says crafting glass bottle. That's a problem. So you need to actually be making a potion of strength. Thank you. So pulled blaze powder. Okay. So that should now be back up and running. You're at 8%, 11%. Perfect. Let's see. We need another one right down here. That's going to be our fire resistance, I think is the last one so far. And fire resistance seems like it is working. Should quickly bump up to 4%. There we go. And now what we can do is, now that they're actually producing and everything is locked, I want to make sure that there isn't anything extra in this chest here. Good. So no one should start working if I take this cauldron out and put an empty jar here. In fact, first, let's go ahead and grab a melter. Potion melter can go right here. Stick a jar underneath it. And it should combine those and fill up. And then we can lock it because I don't want the Wixies getting carried away. Cool. Lock you. Spell damage 2, mana regen 2. Perfect. Next up, right here, replace you with a melter as well, and a jar underneath. Now this is only 2%, so it won't be enough to actually do anything yet, and I'm guessing that probably finished off my mana, didn't it? No, you're at 81%, you should be fine. Oh, that might be too far away. Okay. Got another jar, that's fine, we'll put it down here. No? You're still at 2%. Why are you at 2%? Ah, the spell damage is low. Right. Let's go ahead and put a couple more glowstone in. And you guys should start working. And we have strength, spell damage, mana regeneration, speed, fire resistance. Let's go ahead and stick another melter here. And jar underneath. And this one here will start getting everything once these are kind of, full, which will take a while because now we got to provide all the ingredients necessary. And it looks like everything is working as it should. So everyone's pulling out the ingredients they need. They're all filling up. So source, I need to set a link to fill these guys up, but that's okay. Aqua potion is getting a little low, but that's okay. These are all mixing up. That's mixing up. You are still empty, so that's fine. Let's see. You spell damage and mana regen. So mana regen there is fine. Spell damage 2 is not fine. Why is spell damage 2 not filling up? Because I didn't put an ingredient in here. That's why. Mage Bloom. Okay. Now it's all working. And it should start spinning any moment now. Wixie just went over there. There we go. That one's spinning up. Perfect. This is only 1%, so that will take a little while to get up to 3. Once that's at 3, then this one will start spinning. Dump into here. Go over here. This one's ready at 9. Perfect. And then once those are all happy, we'll finally have our 5 effect potion right here where we can just come up and grab a potion of it. And eventually we have ourselves our very first dose of speed, strength, fire resistance, spell damage, mana regen. Scoop that up. It's a nice gray potion. Looks, you know, nice and healthy. And we can go ahead and drink this. So I'm going to first dispel everything I have on me. Dispel, please. Right, it gives me night vision. Let's actually fly over here first, so we are out of range of our beacon. Right here works. Dispel that. Wait for night vision to go away. You know what, we can do this a little bit quicker. Self dispel. That's not dispel, that's conjure mage light. Dispel. Okay. We have no potion effects. I'm gonna paste that to chat so everyone can see. And let's go ahead and drink it. We get 4.5 minutes of everything. Perfect. And now is actually the problem where we look at this and we see this says Aqua Potion, no effects, negative 5% full. I don't know, I don't have a reason for that. Let's go ahead and get some more nether wart. I think she went through all of that. I've got a chest over here. You guys are working hard, good. Let's grab a couple stacks of that, and while we're at it, let's see if any of this is gone. Cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this stuff into that chest so we can fix that whole negative % thing. Because I think that filled up, which then, or that didn't fill up, that emptied. You go in, you go in, you go in, you go in, you go in. And let's go ahead and turn these as well. That and the magma cream. Everyone have what you need? Good. And of course it's still at negative 5% because, well, everyone took some. So I think that's okay. It seems like it's just gonna kind of stick with it being, you know, 0 is okay. So you're filling that up. Everyone else taking from it. That works, I guess. Spell damage over here was needing some. I think we're all good. One thing that I should have done is locked this bottom potion. I didn't. You're at 3%. You are at 60? Okay, good, 60%. So one thing is, because of how this works, they'll keep crafting until their potion is full. Until they have one that's within range at least. So that will work out fine. This is at 3%, you're at 1%. So that's going to take a while to fill up, but like the strength here, it's at 57%. So once it's full, then she's going to stop grabbing the blaze wort, or blaze powder rather, which means that it's no longer going to be taking the awkward potions, and it'll kind of work out to a steady state. So once they're all happy and it's all filled up, then this will just start filling, and it should be working fine at that point. So it will of course take 3 times the amount of Mage Bloom and Source Berries, but I think that's fine. So I'm going to take a little bit of time off camera here between episodes and try to clean this place up, make it look a bit fancier, as well as just kind of easier to see what's going on. And at that point, I should have a nice little setup here. The villagers, of course, they're going to stay over at the university, but I think that's fine. I have a couple there that are still in the little breeding chamber. They're going to move as well. But I hope you enjoyed this look at the potion melter and potion brewing of Ars Nouveau. And thank you for watching. Bye-bye.